Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. Welcome back to Up and Adam Channel 2. It's so funny. I always put my hand up like it's like on that side, the little emblem. It's not. It doesn't matter. We're back to talk about some Vanderpump Rules. So before we jump in, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And we have some Scheana to talk about, some Ariana Madix, some Tom Sandoval. This is just like the epitome of shit hitting the fan. And also Ariana accusing Bravo. Okay. Okay. Well, here we go.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So we're starting off with the Ariana Madix of it all because there's a lot. Thank you to Reality Blurb. Yeah, looks like she is speaking out against Bravo. Ariana Madix believes that Bravo covered for Tom Sandoval amid his controversial interview with the New York Times, during which he compared Sandoval to the media attention surrounding the death of George Floyd. Wow. Now, following Sandoval's controversial remarks, Ariana weighed in on Bravo's response to the comments, while also sharing how much he really offered her for their $2 million house, reacting to her potential fall from grace on Vanderpump Rules season 11 and revealing what would make her walk away from the show. I was just blown away by how anybody could say something so awful. This is what she said during a February 29th interview with Los Angeles Times, and it was interesting how much Bravo was trying to cover for him. In the New York Times cover story, after it was noted that Sandoval had said the O.J. Simpson thing and George Floyd were a little bit the same as Scandoval, the writer revealed that their interview was left incomplete as Bravo seemingly dodged their efforts to reschedule. Now, as the writer shared, their interview with Sandoval was supposed to continue the next day, but he claimed to be ill. Then, after a series of miscommunications and communications with Bravo employees, including Vanderpump Rules executive producer Alex Baskin and a network publicist, the concern was clear. Although Sandoval ultimately completed his interview, it wasn't until weeks later that it reconvened, and this time he was joined by a Bravo publicist and a senior executive from NBC Universal. While the LA Times reporter mentioned to Ariana that having a publicist present to restrict certain comments could be considered standard practice, Ariana refuted that idea. She said, "Are they doing that right now with me and you?" Um, that's a good point. And also, I do know, to be fair, when I do interviews, I know that a lot of the times you have the publicists who are like, especially if it's a Zoom interview, you have the publicists who are right there on the call, in the thick of it, in the shit. Like and if you're asking a question, which they will interrupt, they will happily log back into the Zoom and they will say, or they'll send you an email right after and be like, can you please scratch this? This is not a good look. Or can you please take this down? And then you decide, do you want to maintain and continue your relationship with them? Or do you want to post it anyways? And that's ultimately up to you. So, oi, yoi, yoi. Now, once she wraps up her run on Broadway Chicago, which was recently extended through April, Ariana will likely return to her and Sandoval's home, which remains a source of contention between them. According to Ariana, who filed for a partition of sale, which would require them to sell the property and split the earnings, Sandoval does not want to leave the home and sent her a letter of intent saying that he would pay her $600,000 for her portion of the home, which he based on a $3.1 million estimate. No formal offer was made. He didn't get an appraisal. That's what she clarified after Sandoval claimed on Nick Viall's podcast that he gave her an offer of 3.1 million. Now, while season 10 ended with everyone at odds with Sandoval, season 11 hinted at a fall from grace for Ariana. It gives me tall poppy syndrome a bit. The tallest poppy has to get cut down. There's a lot of eyes on me, so it's like, let's cut this girl down to size. I feel like I'm working, living, and being pretty fucking quiet about everything while also putting my life back together and trying to find a way to set myself up for a decent life as a middle aged woman who now has to take everything on herself. Some have even accused Ariana of being rewarded for Scandoval, and others have complained that they're really over her story. I've had eyeballs on me that weren't on me before. They gave me an inch and I said, okay, let me prove to you that I can do the mile and I can run this marathon because it's what I've been preparing for this whole time. They say that all the time. I'm over it. But them saying that feels a little bit like, oh, you own my life. You've decided that you've consumed enough content. Hmm. Now, despite the backlash that she's received from some, Ariana has no plans to quit Vanderpump Rules. The only way I could ever see myself moving away from the show is if I had another job. And while certain fans feel as if Vanderpump Rules is nearing its natural conclusion, Ariana doesn't think the show would be canceled if the ratings are still high. Still, she admitted, I always feel like the show thrives when it's at its most authentic. And if it feels like everyone's stories have been told, I certainly don't think it would be wise to just try to drum up things to keep it going. Now, on the heels of Sandoval, as she coped with obviously the affair, Ariana was bombarded with partnership deals and other offers, which she felt obligated to take. She said, I was like, I'm not okay. There's no one here about to bail me out. I don't have rich parents. I don't have an inheritance from anybody who's passed. My team would be like, this is a really great offer from Bic. Look at it. And I'd say it is a fantastic offer, but even if it wasn't, I'm not in a position to say no right now because I have to make myself financially stable from now until kingdom come. As for those who criticized her as a walking billboard, Ariana said, those people don't want women to work. I think those people are confused about what I do for a living. Those are acting jobs. I'm doing the same job I've done for many years. I'm just working more. And that's why I signed up for Vanderpump Rules in the first place, to work more. Maybe my path is different than the one I initially wanted, but it's still great. Hmm. Now, on top of that, I'm going to go over to Scheana really quick because there's more. There's always more. Scheana confirmed where she stands with Tom Sandoval during a podcast appearance this week. Yeah. She said, we are not close. He blocked me, so that made it very clear. I don't fuck with you anymore. We are not friends, and I don't need you to be there for me. Jesus. Although, I mean, that's interesting. Although Ariana has suggested that Sandoval placed no value on the friendship with Scheana, Scheana insisted he thought very highly of their relationship. I do genuinely believe, and you'll see a moment that him and I have in Tahoe coming up. I do believe that was genuine. He really did feel that way about me, which made me feel guilty because I'm like, how do you have more genuine feelings towards losing me than Ariana? Because we were that close. We were close for almost 15 years, and that was a really hard friendship to lose based on his actions. And I just had to be Team Ariana and have her back. And she was devastated, and that didn't make it easier for me losing him at the time. And then fast forward, I'm sitting down with Lisa Vanderpump, and she's telling me he's about to take his own life potentially. And I've lost someone to that before. So that kind of shifted my mindset where I'm like, I got to stop coming for this guy because I can't be the cause if he does do something. I can't have that on me. Now, when Scheana was then asked if she was still close to Ariana, she revealed, oh, definitely. I just saw her yesterday, actually. Her little bit of time in LA, I got to see her. We spent 30 minutes together before she had to make her flight and get back to New York. But I was just there for opening night to see her on Broadway, which was so incredible. And we're good. Despite what people think, we're good. We've always been good. There's never been a falling out. And she said she's also in a good place with Katie Maloney. We were just at the People's Choice Awards together. So much fun. I was at her birthday dinner a few weeks ago, and I think that we're in a good place. I think we finally understand each other a little bit better, and I still have to see her side of the conversations this season when it plays out. But this season, we got through being friends after a season of probably the lowest point in our relationship to being able to get along for the sake of our friends and just to remember that we do actually enjoy each other's company. Now, as for the Vanderpump Rules cast member that she's closest to, she said Lala. I think the kids have bonded us on a level that you couldn't possibly understand unless you have a friend like that. Our moms are best friends, our siblings are friends. We have houses next door to each other. Our kids are going to go to school together. So we are like this blended family, and it's amazing. She's incredible. Now, moving on to the Valley, which stars Jax, Brittany, Kristen, and others, Sheena said that she'd love to be a part of the series. I'm actually friends with every single cast member on that show. That is my friend group. So it would be fun to, I mean, hopefully Vanderpump Rules stays on forever. I'm never going to jump ship from Vanderpump to go on the Valley, but if I could do both shows, that would be the goal. That would be so fun. And on the podcast, she revealed the biggest misconception that fans have of her. I feel like people think I try to make every situation about me because sometimes I think I over explain and I'm trying to defend myself. And I feel like it always comes across wrong. I try to be self deprecating and it's like, there she is being Scheana again. And I'm like, no, I was just trying to make a joke and I'm in on the joke. But I don't think it always comes across that way. Hmm. Interesting. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a clip from Chicago, and it shows, well, let's just take a look.
Announcement. Y'all fans of Ariana, right?
That's right.
All right. Please do not mention her ex at all. He's irrelevant.
No way.
Thank you, please.
No way.
Make the announcement.
I mean, I think that's fair. It's not his moment. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are about all of this, especially Ariana throwing Bravo under the bus. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Pop off in the comments. Let us know. And until next time, we'll see you then. Love you guys.